Hi there, it's Lori with Care Partners Resource. Thank you for checking in today. Today we're going to be talking about the techniques that we used for our January CAREthartic conversation about making a plan for positivity for 2022. So, like with anything, when you make a plan, you have to define it. Exactly what am I trying to achieve in that with my plan? So, what does positivity mean to you? How do you identify being optimistic and positive? And then you make your plan about what it is you can do to maintain that feeling of positivity and optimism. So the first thing that we did was we did a 5-minute journal write. Again, you're going to just write for 5 minutes. And the prompt that we used was being positive means. What does being positive mean to you? So help yourself identify that. Then, when the alarm goes off, finish your sentence and read what you wrote. And then write for 2 more minutes, starting with a prompt such as, reading this, I realize, or reading this, I am surprised by. Okay, so your first write is kind of like the dump. It kind of gets the information off of your brain. But that second write, that's your aha moment. That's what gives you the feel for understanding what it means to be optimistic or to be positive, to you specifically. Next, we made a list of the top 10 things that make you feel optimistic or positive. And then we broke that list into things that are easily attainable and things that are not so easy to attain. In other words, let's say sunshine makes you feel really happy and optimistic. It's a great way to start your day. Being in the sun or seeing the sun helps you feel a little more positive, but that isn't really something you can control. So, how can you maintain a positive attitude when you're feeling like you need sunshine or little vitamin D? So, there are a few ways. Number one, make sure you open the curtains and just let whatever sun or brightness that is outside, let it in. 2, being in nature oftentimes is a good way. Now, many of you in parts of the country are in an area where it's so cold, that's not really possible. But even if you go outside on your porch, bundle up, go on your porch for a couple minutes and breathe in that deep, fresh air and get a little feel of the outside sun or nature. Or if you have a nice big window, be sure to try to be present and step next to the window, observe your outside, try to get in as much nature as you possibly can. But you want to figure out ways to overcome these obstacles towards your happiness. You want to have a plan in place also in order to focus on positivity. So if you have a morning ritual, say you start your day by journaling and use a prompt similar to, today I will find a way to, and then finish that, right, again for 5 minutes. Or in order to stay feeling positive, I need to. Okay, that's a great way to start your morning and having a morning plan for how you're going to stay positive throughout the day. Another thing that you can do is a practice of meditation or yoga to help you feel a little more centered instead of jumping out of bed and getting to that list every day. Now, I know that's not easy for a lot of caregivers because oftentimes we get up and we have to start our day around what our loved one needs or what our loved one is feeling. So one thing that you want to remember is to try to have a plan in place to overcome the obstacles or to overcome your loved one's attitude. Maybe neither of you slept well. So how can you adjust your day to not being stuck in that negative mood. A gratitude jar is always a really good thing to do, or surrounding yourself with maybe good music that makes you feel happier, or maybe carve some time out in the day to um, to watch a comedy, or to even just log on to some Facebook, not really Facebook, but YouTube or TikTok, or some of the other social media avenues for something positive, right? Look up something that might make you laugh, or a positive meditation, or just even some positive messages that'll remind you things that make you happy and feeling optimistic. I would recommend that you, especially on days when you're not feeling your happiest or most cheery, stay away from social media like Facebook, where we have a tendency to read other people's posts and it can bring us down because we feel like, oh my gosh, my life, they're so happy, or they get to travel all the time, or they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm not able to do those things because I'm caring for a loved one. Stay away from the comparisons. Remember, people only post the best of their life. They're not, most people anyway, they don't get up and say, today I'm having a really bad day and I don't feel great, or this happened and it ruined my day, or whatever. They're not posting that stuff. What they're posting is the most positive, happy moments of their life. But truthfully, we all have ups and downs. And so don't compare your life to everyone else's. Your life isn't like everyone else's. So try to remember that. And try to transition from seeing things on the dark side. Trying, when something happens, try not to get into that, oh, this always happens to me. Why is it that, I can never be happy like everyone else is? Or why is it that, my car always breaks down, or this always happens? Try to find a positive way around that. Yes, there are things that happen in life that are not always positive and happy. So I'm not saying, pretend to be happy all the time. I'm not saying not to feel the sadness or the anger or the exhaustion. Absolutely, you need to feel those natural emotions that happen. Those are great things to journal about, to identify what is the core reason behind your emotions or your feelings that day. Oftentimes, the one thing that made you angry isn't always that thing that's on the surface. Sometimes it goes deeper. Oftentimes it can go all the way to childhood. So you may want to identify what exactly it is about that situation that upset you so much today that may not have upset you yesterday. And when you identify that, then it's easier to overcome that obstacle. But find a way to go ahead and express your emotions and feel your emotions, whatever they are. And if they are negative emotions, just process your way through it and then move on. Don't let yourself get stuck in that for the entire day or week or month, right? It's easy to do. So just make a conscious decision that you're not going to get stuck there in that negative place. And if you need some ideas or some tips for some therapeutic writing journal prompts, feel free to check out my Facebook page at Care Partners Resource and Consulting on Facebook, or go to my website, carepartnersresource.com. And if you feel like you need some other resources, please feel free to email me at lori@carepartnersresource.com. So thanks again so much for checking in, and I'm always here for you if you need anything at all, and hopefully you'll give therapeutic writing a try. It really is very helpful. So we'll see you next month, and in the meanwhile, you take good care. Have a great day.